In the middle of a steel production line, a male worker reached forward to adjust materials when a nearby robot arm swung around to move a steel piece, pinning him between the lines. His co-workers rushed to shut off the power and rescue him, but as the system stopped abruptly, another robot arm froze mid-motion, trapping a second worker. Always secure machinery before intervention. Automation reacts faster than humans can. The worker was standing inside the steel coil packaging machine when it still activated. Before he could step away, the two pressing heads closed in, trapping him between them with tremendous force. Never enter operating zones without full shutdown. One moment of misjudgment can be fatal. The truck's panel wouldn't close properly, so the man leaned in to check the gap. In that instant, the panel snapped shut, crushing him between the metal frames. Never inspect moving parts directly. One wrong look can become a fatal mistake. In a factory, a male worker was adjusting the position of a metal piece near an automatic stamping machine. Without noticing that the safety sensor had been disabled, he leaned too close. The machine suddenly activated, striking with full force and crushing his arm before anyone could react. His co-workers rushed to shut down the system and pull him free. He managed to step away but collapsed moments later from massive blood loss. Never bypass safety sensors or approach running machinery. Automation reacts faster than you can move. In a factory, a man was removing the side panel of a truck to prepare for moving large iron cores down. Suddenly, one of the iron cores near the edge rolled off and struck him on the head, causing him to fall to the ground. This incident emphasizes the need to ensure all heavy materials are properly secured before handling or removing barriers to prevent serious injuries. In the steel coil assembly area, a large steel coil rolled down the slope and crushed a worker in black before he could escape. This highlights the need for proper securing of heavy materials and situational awareness to prevent tragic accidents. The crane was lifting large steel plates when the rope suddenly snapped. The support frame collapsed and the heavy plates slid off with a loud crash. A nearby supervisor was caught underneath, unable to escape in time. Always inspect lifting gear before operation. One weak link can bring everything down. The crane was lifting a bundle of iron pipes onto the back of a truck when the hook suddenly snapped. The entire load of heavy pipes came crashing down, hitting a worker standing below while the others ran for safety. This highlights the importance of regular equipment inspection and keeping a safe distance from suspended loads at all times. The roofer was climbing up to continue his work when he slipped and fell, getting entangled in an electric wire. He was electrocuted and then fell to the ground. People nearby quickly gathered to help and perform first aid. This accident emphasizes the need for proper safety harnesses and ensuring that electrical hazards are clearly identified and isolated before working at heights. A crane was operating at a construction site when a man walked behind the truck and was struck in the head by its rear, causing him to fall hard to the ground. This incident underscores the importance of maintaining awareness of moving machinery and setting clear safety zones to prevent such avoidable accidents. The boy was trapped inside an elevator. Instead of waiting for help, he tried to open the elevator door by himself and crawled into the narrow gap between the elevator and the wall, where he became stuck. This serves as a reminder to stay calm and wait for professional assistance in such emergencies to avoid severe danger. At the high-speed train station, a man in an orange shirt attempted to take his own life by jumping onto the tracks as the train was approaching. The train could not stop in time and hit him. This tragic incident highlights the importance of mental health awareness and seeking help during difficult times to prevent such irreversible outcomes. A man was operating an excavator bucket to lift two workers so they could remove a metal crate. As the driver slowly lowered the bucket, the crate slipped and fell, crushing the workers. They scrambled desperately to escape, always secure heavy loads properly. One misstep can turn a routine task into a life-threatening accident. At a construction site, the bed of a sand truck tilted sharply, pulling the entire vehicle to one side. The driver tried to open the door and jump out, but it was too late. The truck tipped completely, throwing him into the air before he hit the ground with force. Always secure the truck bed and check stability before unloading. One imbalance can turn control into catastrophe. At a dock, a forklift was moving a container placed beside a tall stack of others. As the load shifted, the stacked containers began to sway and topple. The top one came crashing down, crushing the driver's cab and throwing him out with the impact. Always secure stacked loads before moving nearby equipment. Unstable stacks can collapse without warning. The man opened the door of the auto repair shop and turned back to adjust the car lift. Suddenly, a car outside lost control, accelerated, and slammed straight into him before crashing into the repair bay. Tools and debris scattered as the sound of impact echoed through the shop. The crane mounted on the truck bed began to lose balance while lifting a heavy load. It tilted sharply and came crashing down, dragging two workers who were standing on the truck to supervise. They fell hard as the metal arm slammed into the ground beside them. Always stabilize cranes before lifting. One tilt can pull everything down with it. The crates were lifted high into the air, secured by thick ropes. Suddenly, one of the ropes snapped with a sharp crack, sending the crates plummeting down. The worker standing below had no time to escape and was struck by the falling load. Never stand beneath suspended cargo. One broken line can end a life. The man in red was lifting a stainless steel frame from the truck bed. As he tried to jump down from the side, his foot slipped and the frame caught on the edge, trapping his leg. He lost balance and fell hard to the ground, the frame twisting beside him. Always move slowly and use proper unloading steps. One misstep can lead to serious injury. In a factory, a male worker was working beside a paper winding machine when his hand got stuck between the rollers. The machine pulled him in deeper as it kept spinning, wrapping him tighter with every turn. No one was nearby to hear his cries for help as the machine continued to roll endlessly. Never work alone with running machinery. One mistake can trap you beyond rescue. A young man climbed a high-voltage pole without any protective equipment. After just a few steps, he reached out and touched a live wire. A flash erupted, his body convulsed, and he fell to the ground. His clothes burned, his face still showing confusion and fear. Never approach or touch electrical lines. One careless second can cost your life. The forklift was moving from the warehouse onto the back of a truck when the truck suddenly started moving. The forklift lost balance, slid backward, and fell to the ground, crushing the driver underneath. This tragic accident highlights the importance of ensuring that both the truck and forklift are properly secured and communication is clear before loading or unloading operations begin.